Welcome to a very spooky Main Street Gamers podcast. I am your host, Chris Singles.
I'm Taylor Davis.
And we got lots to talk about today, lots of next-gen news. We are on the brink, people. The brink of next-gen consoles. This Friday will mark 2 weeks to the launch of the PlayStation. Wait, is that right? 2?
Yeah, 15th.
Yeah, this Friday will mark 2 weeks to the launch of the PlayStation 4 and 3 weeks to the launch of the Xbox 360. So let's get right into it. Davis, do you know what our top story today is?
Titanfall.
No! The top story today is...
That's my top story.
Resolution Gate is what I've decided to
care.
dub it. No, listen. I know, but this is still like the biggest piece of news.
Yeah, I know. We gotta...
So basically, this weekend... Well, last week, leading into this week, there was lots of buzz over which systems would play which games at which resolutions. We got a little more clarity on that actually today with the release of a video. Did you see this by Digital Foundry that was Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One side by side?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen it.
So the internet was kind of a buzz. Because, I mean, you could stop it at any point and go, oh, this version looks so much better. So the internet was flooded with these pictures, basically, of, oh, this is where Xbox looks better and this is where PlayStation looks better. Can we just get over this?
I mean, we've been doing this forever. So.
Yeah. The Xbox version is running at 720p. The PlayStation 4 version is running at 900p. But the Xbox version is said to have smoother motion and better anti-aliasing. So... I mean, it is what it is. As far as the launch games, other launch games go, we don't really know anything about the other third-party games that are going to be on both consoles, other than NBA 2K14 will be at 1080p and 60 frames per second on both systems. So that's cool if you're an NBA fan. I am actually watching the Lakers-Clippers game right now. Forza is the only Xbox game at launch so far, other than NBA, that we know of that is in 1080p. Rise experienced a downgrade from 1080p to 900p. Davis, does it matter?
From personal experience, it does not matter.
Exactly.
It does not matter.
I would rather...
Forza looks better, still not a better game than Rise.
Yeah. I would rather see a higher frame rate than resolution. Resolution is not a thing that,
absolutely.
Like when it gets to the point where you're talking about the difference between 900p and 1080p or 900p and 720p, I'm really, really more interested in making sure that 60 frames per second, like A, is really crisp and B, is there all the time, and I'm not going to be experiencing constant frame rate drops.
Yeah, because what it is we're not staring at a blank resolution picture for 4 hours. Like, it's constantly moving, and I want the frame rate to constantly keep, like, consistency so it doesn't drop out and pop in and stuff. Like, I really don't care that we're missing out on, what is it, 180p pixels?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So...
You see that dot on the PS4 version? I bet you won't get it on the Xbox One version.
Yeah. So...
You're missing out on pixels, man.
It's kind of ridiculous. The rumor on the internet is that Microsoft wanted their game at a lower resolution so that they could keep up the frame rate during online play. Which
makes sense.
Which makes a lot of sense if you're Microsoft because they've always sort of hung their hat on the online play. We'll see. I mean, we'll really have no idea until these consoles are in our hands, and even even more professional journalists aren't getting their hands on them. So.
And it's just the fact that. Like, this is the very first set of games.
Exactly.
Like, I don't expect perfection. If you expect perfection, have fun playing your 1080p knack by yourself on PS4. It's fine. You can go ahead and do that. I'll enjoy my wonderful online experience with all my friends running at 900p while I'm having a bunch of fun. Whatever. Don't care.
Yeah.
And we get Titanfall forever.
Forever. Okay, so that is actually the next story.
Segue. Got you.
Davis, way to firmly entrench yourself as an Xbox fanboy right there.
I don't care, dude.
Throwing down the PlayStation gauntlet and then being like, oh, but we get Titanfall. So, Titanfall was announced today by
Respawn. Follow me on Twitter, too, at Costly Davis.
It was announced today on Twitter that Respawn Entertainment, that Titanfall, the first Titanfall game will be a Microsoft exclusive. It's been confirmed by everyone. There was a lot of buzz that it was going to be a timed release. and it's not. So,
and it's not. Get butthurt.
we're actually going to talk about this a little. Yeah, just the intense amount of, like, I'm so tired of internet fanboys. It's really upsetting. Like, it's really upsetting, like, reading forums and stuff where it's PlayStation people going, oh, well, this game is going to be better, when they were like, oh, we're getting that game, and then they realize they don't, so then they complain that it's not going to be that good. I'm just really, really tired of it. Anyway.
I've been excited to do this podcast because,
it's been really bad lately, I feel like.
Yeah. And my experience from last night with just the uninformed, like, general population of gamers is just, I actually laughed out loud at this guy. I thought he was going to beat me up for it.
There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it's only going to probably get worse,
dude.
to be honest with you.
It's fine. I'll be having a blast playing my awesome Xbox exclusives.
And I
don't care.
We're going to actually touch on Titanfall later in the show in a new segment that I invented. But so get excited about that. The next story I kind of wanted to touch on, I don't know how much we'll have to say about it, but it deserves a mention, is sort of the strange announcement well, it wasn't even really an announcement. The strange sort of revelation this weekend that for the next-gen systems, it doesn't look like gaming journalists are going to be allowed to capture their own footage. They're going to have to use stock footage from gaming companies. I just don't know how they're going to monitor it. Yeah, but part of that is because Nintendo's biggest console, their handheld, there's no way to capture from it unless you use their stuff. You know what I mean? Like the Wii U, Nintendo's been doing that a little bit, but they most of the time allow reviewers. But that's really because Nintendo's quality, because they basically make games that they know are gonna. You know what I mean? When was the last bad first-party Nintendo game? And I'm not saying like bad in the sense that it got a 7. Like when was the last 5? And they've never made a game like that. My guess is the last one I could think of was the Super Princess Peach on the Nintendo DS, the original DS. And that was just because it was so Japanese, it just didn't fit our culture. But that's beside the point. So it'll be interesting to see how gaming journalism changes and if this affects what happens at launch. Keep an eye on that. In the next piece of news we're going to touch on, Nintendo announced a new Wii U bundle again. It seems like every week they're like, hey, look at this different SKU of the Wii. This Wii U bundle is going to include the Wii with the hard drive, one gamepad, which is like the normal, and it's also going to include Super Mario Bros. U, which was the Super Mario Bros. Game that launched with it, the 2D one, and the DLC for that game, Super Luigi Brothers U, for $300. So it's basically like the Wind Waker bundle, but they took out Wind Waker and put in the game in the DLC, and that's available November 1st for $300.
That game's awesome. I played the demo last night at GameStop for the first time. It was the first time I held it.
Every level in that game is a work of art. That's what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, it really is. And the hidden areas and stuff. Awesome.
Next piece of news. This one kind of flew under the radar this past week. There are 15 Frostbite games in development. Yeah, so Battlefront is one of those. I think it's kind of an interesting proposition that we see more cookie-cutter shooters, is what I'm going to call them. Like games that aren't very different except in their player models. So, is this opening the door for some kooky shooters, like weird branded shooters? I'm obsessed with branded stuff. So I was thinking, what kind of branded shooters would you like to see, Davis? So Battlefront's obviously a good one. I would really like to see a Star Trek shooter, which will never happen, but that'd be really cool. I also think a Lord of the Rings game would be really interesting as well. That had some sort of melee so you could have a sword or a bow and arrow or a staff. No,
No, I'm talking first person, Eclipse
No, I'm talking about Battlefront. So they actually did one of these games. I don't remember what it was called. Lord of the Rings something. But it was like a Battlefront for Lord of the Rings. No, it was a first or third person shooter action game. So you could be the classes were swordsman, archer, wizard, and something else. I think it was like a troll or whatever it is, like with a battle axe. Yeah, and it was first or third person.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would really like to see another one of those games because I think it's kind of different and exciting. But at the same time, do we really want the market flooded with like generic branded shooters?
No. There's only one first-person shooter I play, you know.
Yeah, but that's obviously going to change when Battlefront comes out. I mean,
it's coming out next week. Oh yeah, I'll play Battlefront for days.
So I thought that was a really just interesting note. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they are, what they could possibly be. Maybe like a zombie too. But yeah, be on the lookout for those. In other news, our first footage of the upcoming Ubisoft Fighting Connect game shown. They released last week. They released a gameplay trailer. It was about 3 minutes of the fighting from the game. It actually looks really good. Like the game looks beautiful. It's the only thing is we don't really know how it's going to control yet, and I mean that's like what makes or breaks this game, right? Like whether the Kinect controls are okay or usable at all. And we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I think that's coming out sometime next year. But I was thinking Ubisoft is a big enough brand that they might be able to pull this off. But
I want to doubt it.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
So many awesome games.
Next piece of news we're going to get to, the BioShock Infinite DLC Burial at Sea was given a release date of November 12th. So my problem with this, November 12th.
November, really?
Coming up. So my problem with this DLC is it too late? Right? Like
yes. I haven't heard BioShock Infinite.
It's weird. Like we don't want DLC to come day one, but we don't want it to come after the fact either. Like we're very picky.
Yeah, I know.
Because I almost feel like this DLC is coming too late, and I'm sure it's going to be really cool, but I probably won't even check it out. Like, I'm a huge BioShock fan, and I'm not even sure if I'll check it out, just because it's been a long time. The PS4 is going to come out 3 days later. Like, the Xbox is a week after that. Like, who's, like, shelling out, like... And it's only the first part, so you're basically shelling out $30 for both parts, because I think they're $15 apiece. Yeah, so it's like, who's buying this? Like, I'm a diehard BioShock fan, and I probably won't pick this up. At launch anyway. Maybe if it goes down in price in the future, but I just don't know who's buying this. There's definitely like a sweet spot to when to release DLC, and I think BioShock missed theirs.
I know, but I mean, Kevin Levine really likes to take his time. Yeah, sorry. See, I don't even know his name anymore.
In other DLC news, Forza 5 will have 60 cars as DLC spread out over 6 months. I mean...
Don't care. It's a lot of cars, it's cool. I mean, it adds a lot to the game.
Yeah, you have to buy them. But for huge racing fans, it's definitely a big win. Like, that's one of the things that...
yeah. How much is that? How many cars launch in that game?
I don't know, they're doing some open wheel stuff. Yeah, I think it's close to 60, and then so you'll double the cars probably. So that's cool. If you're a big car guy, that's cool. Definitely something you want to look into. I'm sure they'll have a big mix, you know. They always throw in some like funny cars too, like they had the DeLorean from Back to the Future one time, I think. One more piece of DLC news: Halo Spartan Assault will be coming to Xbox One and the Xbox 360.
Yes.
Available in December from Windows 8.
Are you excited about this?
I am. 6 shooter.
Why? Yeah, dude, but it's Halo top-down. I wanted to play it, and it was only available on Surface, but I didn't want to play it as much to buy a Surface, so that failed. I'm glad to see they're actually...
Oh, I'm sure it did terrible. The cross-section of people that own a Surface and people that are interested in a Halo game are very, very small. So, maybe that's why we're seeing it come.
I'll probably buy it. Xbox One.
Two major... in December.
Right?
So two major releases this week. I mean, There was a couple more less significant ones like WWE, but two major, like really major hardcore games released this week. Battlefield 4 and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, Taylor, I know you've had some time with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So sort of just give us a quick review of like what you're thinking, how it's going.
Hey, shut up for a second. Thank you. Where was it? Say AC4? Yeah. If you're a fan of the series, definitely buy it. Like, I don't need to play anymore to tell you that. But if you're not, I'm gonna have to give it some more time to determine that. But it's a really good game, and there's a couple issues that all the Assassin's Creeds have had, and those still exist, but they're not like huge ones. And what I like so far is that Assassin's Creed is snowballing in such an awesome way.
You mean the story?
Really
Story-wise?
The future. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
No.
Fair
the
enough.
Game.
So they're making big enough strides that you think that eventually
it'll
become like a top-tier game.
What it is every single Assassin's Creed 4 game adds something, but never takes anything.
That's fair.
I love that. Love it about it. It's awesome. I actually decided today that I'm gonna drop everything and become a pirate because of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
4. So
I feel like we're at an odd time where both of these games are releasing next gen, so it's kind of like.
I know. I still haven't decided I want to beat it. Like, I don't know. It's difficult for me. And I don't know what I'm going to do next week about Call of Duty either.
A great strategy I heard from a couple people that I work with is that they're going to do all the side stuff on the current gen console and then save the main story for the.
I guess, but for me, like, I'm going to miss out on achievements either way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. I hope it looks a lot better on Xbox One.
Oh, we were kind of spoiled with the fact that we got to play the Xbox. You know, like it's tough, like after having played the Xbox One, to go back to your regular Xbox, to your 360.
If AC4 looks like Rise, oh my God, I probably won't ever stop playing the game.
All right.
But yeah,
we have a new segment this week that I'm very, very excited about. It's called Agree or Disagree. So I wrote exactly.
With your
so I wrote 5 statements. Some of them are things that I think. Some of them are kind of like popular opinions around the internet. And I want to ask if you want to agree or disagree, and we're going to talk about them a little bit and debate them. How does that sound? So I have 5 statements. The first statement: Killzone will be the highest-rated exclusive launch exclusive launch title. Taylor, agree or disagree?
Agree, because really the only competition.
Well, I mean, on either console, and I'm not talking strictly about IGN. I'm talking about like Metacritic. So like,
okay,
because IGN has always been kind of swayed.
Killzone will be the highest.
IGN has always kind of swayed PlayStation. So Killzone will be the highest-rated exclusive launch game. So here are your options.
So let's see who we got here.
Killzone, Knack, DR3, not Assassin's Creed, Killer Instinct, Rise, Forza.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree. But the only way I could disagree is if Rise, if the story is fantastic and it's written really well, and there's not a lot of QuickTime events, I feel like Rise can compete with it. And how well all the multiplayer comes into play too. I feel like it can compete with it, but
you have the wrong answer. It's disagree. Yep, I think
you disagree with that.
It's gonna be Killer Instinct or Forza.
Forza?
You know why? Because
you think
it is what, like, those games are what they are. They're gonna be great at what they do. It's gonna be the best racing game and the best fighting game ever, probably. And like, I just
Killer
don't.
Instinct is not.
We don't like it but like, there are people who love like side fighting games like that, and it's probably gonna be the best one ever. So I don't see that getting any. I don't see either of those games doing worse than doing worse than a 9. And I think Killzone comes in at like the 8.5, 8.7, like that sort of range.
Killzone's gonna get a 9. It's gonna.
You know what though?
It's absolutely gonna get a 9.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it getting a 9.
It's gonna. It's the. I mean, it's gonna. It's the flagship PS4 game. Like, it's gonna.
I'm writing this down right. I'm writing this
what's
down
next?
right now.
Let's not say
just so that we can remember this.
Are we gonna have a review podcast?
We're gonna have a prediction review segment after the console launch.
All right. Let's just go.
No,
go ahead. Next one.
Okay, you done with that?
No, that's
the next one. If Call of Duty has a lower resolution on the Xbox One, it will hurt the console. So if Call of Duty has a lower resolution on the Xbox One, it will hurt the Xbox One. I disagree as well. I don't think, like...
You don't play Call of Duty for
at this
1080p.
point, people have made their decisions already. Like, it's tough to be like, if we hear next week, or let's say if we hear next Tuesday that Call of Duty has a better resolution on the PlayStation 4, that leaves you like 3 days to change your pre-order and get like the other console, and it'll just be impossible.
Yeah, you can't.
If you're getting one at launch, it's impossible. Yep, you're locked in.
You can't. Yeah, you're already locked in.
So I agree with you on that. Number 3, no PlayStation exclusive releasing before next fall is compelling enough for the average gamer to buy the system. Yeah. So basically...
Next fall?
Okay, so you think Infamous, right?
Disagree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of it. Like, I'm on the fence on this one. Because, like, it looks good, but we've seen, like, one
good
level.
from what we've seen. It looks so good, though. Like, I want to
play it, too. I'm just
really
not sure that I'm sold on that. I'm sold on it.
I will be.
We will have to... I think that's kind of a wait and see, to be honest with you.
What do you got next?
But, like, I haven't seen enough of it to be like, that's going to be a
definitely.
9.5. Like, that's going to be a game. That's going to be a must-play.
I'm also... But here's the thing between...
Exactly.
I'm an Infamous fan, though. Like, I bought it.
And I thought the first one was... I played the first... I don't think I beat either one of them. But I definitely played them both. And I didn't think... I mean, they're fun, but I don't think they're super compelling. Like... I don't know. I didn't really get into the story.
I think they are. It does something really well that a lot of games doesn't do, and that's give you a huge choice.
Yeah, but I feel like that's going to kind of become...
It's like a Fable. It's like it's PlayStation's Fable, is what it is. You need to finish them. I'm gonna actually probably play them again next weekend, and I'm excited for it. And I also picked up the Uncharted trilogy, which I'm excited to play for. So my question is, actually,
we can talk about it. Okay.
One of the next ones.
The next question is, Infamous Second Son is the first quote-unquote system seller on either console. Okay, what do you think is the system seller that comes out before that? Yeah.
On either console? I think Dead Rising 3 is a system seller. I think...
Rise?
Yeah, I think...
You love Rise.
Rise is a system seller. Here's the thing, though. Like, at this point... Okay, you can't really ask me this question because the Xbox was sold to me before it was even... as soon as it was announced, it was sold in my mind. You know, like,
you have to you kind of have to put your head in the average
That's the way
gamer.
my gamer score is. So when it comes to average gamer, and like you said, like Infamous isn't. I'll give you the fact that Infamous isn't a system seller if you're an average gamer because there's a wonderful single.
That's why I disagree. I think I don't think it's any of the launch titles. I think it's Titanfall. Like, I think Titanfall is the first system seller.
Yeah, absolutely. Titanfall is the reason why you would buy an Xbox One. If
But we also don't
not,
even know enough about
I
that to know if
don't even want to say
if it's going to be worth the extra. You know what I mean? Like, is the Xbox One version going to be that much better than the 360 version that it warrants the upgrade?
Oh yeah, I mean, I assume we're talking about.
But you also have to largely
and
assume that a lot of the difference between the Xbox One and Xbox 360 versions of Titanfall is going to be cosmetic. Like, the gameplay should be almost the same, right?
Yeah, the experience should be the same, let alone the the actual
so if that's not a system,
gameplay and like the way it looks and if there's any other
seller,
features.
Does it become Destiny? Is Destiny on the current gen consoles?
Yeah, but that's
that's
spring.
That's spring. Next year.
2014, right? But it's still not. I don't know why you would pick up I don't know why that would be a system seller.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're a huge Halo fan, I guess. But
I think Titanfall and Destiny are going to be the first two
that was still
to be considered like blockbusters for the next gen consoles.
Yeah, I was in like the launch system seller mindset.
Like those two are the games,
Destiny
right? Like those are the two
sell systems. No problem.
Which actually brings us to our last question.
No doubt about it.
Titanfall is only valuable, or not question, statement. Titanfall is only valuable as an exclusive if it is a better game than Destiny. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Why?
Disagree. Because these are two different games. From what I've seen, these are two different games. Destiny is almost like
it's like Borderlands, I think.
MMO
right?
type of
Are we gonna say that's like Borderlands?
You know, like there's a sense of I'm gonna say Borderlands in space. That's if that's how you want to explain Destiny. And Titanfall is your Call of Duty, hardcore Call of Duty fan base. Players.
I'm gonna disagree as well.
That's the audience. Reason. Sorry, went full.
Okay, so my reason is that we're gonna be we don't know when Destiny's launching. We're getting a beta in the Q1 and it's launching in Q2. But we've heard as early as March, which I don't think not, but I think you're looking at closer to May or June. We are going to be, the launch lineups aren't that great, and they're only going to keep us busy for so long. You know what I mean? So, by the time,
absolutely.
when Titanfall launches, we're going to have been on the launch lineups for, 4 months, and we're going to be pretty much ready for anything new. So, if Titanfall comes in with, if Titanfall comes in at really great reviews right away, a lot of people are gonna jump on it. People that bought the console at launch, people that got the because there's gonna be two big rushes for the consoles. There's gonna be a big rush for the console at launch, and then there's gonna be a big push before Christmas. So the big thing is, we're gonna be ready for Titanfall when it launches on March 11th.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess we can play. We'll have Call of Duty at launch, but it's not a system seller.
True. Well,
because you can, especially the Call of Duty player's mindset is, I can play Call of Duty for only $60. Okay, I'll play Call of Duty for $60. That's the type of gamer that's not even a gamer. That's the type of person that plays Call of Duty. That's their mindset, and they'll just play it on. They'll play it. They would play it on 480p for all they care. You know, it's not a huge.
Well, another thing we didn't get a chance to touch on that I just wanted to mention is. Oh, go for it.
I want to touch on something.
Okay, no, that was the last.
No, you go. Go ahead. You first.
I was just gonna say, make sure that you keep an eye on the extinction mode. That's kind of been the cover has been blown off of on Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't. It's not really an announcement yet. We just got some leaked pictures. It hasn't been confirmed by anyone.
Did you watch the
release
trailer for it? The reveal trailer? Yeah, did you not watch that? Okay, so it's 4-player co-op mode, and it reminds me of Resident Evil.
Is it survival?
Resident Evil things. there's like bubbles coming out of yeah, so listen. It's like bubbles coming out of the ground, and the only objective that I seen in the trailer was you go up and you set this like landmine. It reminds me of the light mass
in the
bomb
pictures there was something about a
you know?
drill, so maybe that's what that is.
Yeah, it's a drill that has like a bomb in it, and you have to protect the drill from all these like they look like skags from Borderlands. These souped up skag aliens, dogs are running at you. And you have to kill them while this drill goes off. Yeah, they're way fast. And then you can call in like drones and stuff to like shoot them and shit, and then you can just shoot a bunch of them until that bomb goes off and blows up this Resident Evil sack. It reminds me of, like Prototype, like the hives in Prototype 2, and like a Resident Evil type of deal. It's gonna be like faster zombies with like a clear goal in like smaller, shorter type of games. That's what I think.
You know why it gets me excited?
I'm excited for it.
That's one of the things that I've really struggled with the Call of Duty franchise.
Exactly.
It's not even zombies, but like all those extra modes always feel so slow. Like zombies always feel super slow, and then like even like the survival stuff, like where there's one guy way across the map and he's like undercover, so you have to like literally sprint across the map and go finish him.
Yeah. And the thing about zombies is there's Easter egg goals but are really hard to do, and it's just kind of like, I guess we'll just slave away. But this seems really fast paced. There's a specific goal. You're gonna go in, you're gonna do it, you're gonna get as much points as you can, and you're gonna move on to the next map. I'm excited for it, which I really wanted from zombies. I was like, I want a goal here. Yeah, it should be. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
I don't know.
We can play that next week. I don't know if I can
get on board with picking it up before the next gen.
I'll let you know.
You are?
I'm buying it. I don't care. Yeah, I got $60. I'll do it. I'll just do the upgrade again.
Alright, maybe we should do the GameStop upgrade. Okay. Anyway.
So I need to cruise through AC4. Expect a review this weekend. Okay, so this is number 6.
Disagree. Back to that.
I'm throwing in here. Yeah. Uncharted 4 will be the game that allows PS4 to outsell Xbox One. Agree or disagree?
That's tough because... Okay, so here's the reason.
I know, dude, right? Think about it.
Because if there was a big game coming next holiday for Xbox, we would probably know about it already, right? Like could we see Halo?
Oh yeah, dude, Halo. We haven't heard anything about Halo, dude. That's
holiday
an option still.
Halo versus
Halo 5 versus Uncharted 4, baby.
That would be the best holiday
that would be awesome. Same day, that would be crazy. Dude. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be like, I'm gonna play Uncharted 4. I'm gonna play Halo 5. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. No, we have nothing.
We don't have any idea what Naughty Dog is doing.
So right now, Halo's in the league.
I don't even know if I gotta be honest with you.
Uncharted 2.
It would sell a ton of copies.
Last of Us 2.
I don't know if I'm on board with another Uncharted.
Yeah.
No.
Why not? Dude,
seeing how
you gotta
amazing
be.
Last of Us was, I really want Naughty Dog to do something new.
I know, but it's still a sequel.
No,
not like where else. I just don't know where else.
No, I don't want a Last of Us sequel. I want
another
new game.
Oh,
like, that would be
new
my
IP? Yeah, me too. I want Uncharted 4 or a new IP. Here's the thing about Uncharted and why it triggers me so much. I know, but the reason why, because it's new places, it's new history. I love being Indiana Jones.
I enjoy it too,
I love it.
But
I'd buy it. That's a system seller for me. And if the multiplayer is
awesome. The multiplayer won't be awesome.
Which it's pretty decent.
It's GTA.
It's pretty good.
But
I know, and it's the same thing with Assassin's Creed. I spent $60 on it. I played multiplayer today, but it's like I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life playing it. But it's there.
I don't know if I can get on board with another Uncharted. I think it would be an amazing holiday if Xbox or Halo and Drake went Master Chief and Drake went head to head. That would be just amazing.
Dude, that would be such a ballin' poster too. I just want the poster.
What do you like? What do you think about I'm gonna touch on this just 1 second, then we gotta go. But what do you think of sort of the speculation that Halo might go open world?
Yeah. I don't want it to.
Shooting environments.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Same way I don't want Uncharted 4 in open world. That'd be terrible. What if they both went open world? Then just I'd go play. Then just go play freaking. What's it called? I forgot.
One more. Sorry, I gotta do one more. Do you remember that trailer that they showed at the Microsoft press conference last year? At the E3 press conference, where it was like a guy doing like a heist on the outside of a building. It was like a teaser, like a 20-second teaser. I think the company was Black Tusk, the game studio. I got
yeah.
I saw that again today. That little clip, that heist game, and that got me so excited. I would love like a combination of the heist from GTA with like Rainbow Six like precision.
Like first person? So you want a better Payday?
That is
you want a better Payday game? Okay.
Get excited for that.
Yeah, that'd be way cool. That's why I want to play Payday, but
it's coming someday. All right, this has been a very spooky Main Street Gamers podcast. I'm Chris Ingalls.
I'm Taylor Davis, Assassin's Creed 4 review going up this weekend.
Thank you for joining us.
Making it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your Halloween. Enjoy your candy. Don't
enjoy
eat
your
the apple with
Halloween
needles sticking out of it. We'll see you next week.